Hi everyone and welcome back to Money Na TV, the channel that talks about anything about money. My name is Monina Evangelista. I'm a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur and a financial advisor. And today I'm going to talk about one of my most favorite topics. This is something that I always discuss and teach to my staff, to my children, and to everybody else because this is something that I am a stickler for. And I am talking about productivity. But before I start with today's discussion, if you are new to this channel, please click the subscribe button below to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so that every time there is a new video, you will be notified so that we can watch it together. So today I'm going to share with you some thoughts and tips about enhancing and improving our productivity, and these are things that I myself actually use and practically do on a daily basis. Tip number one is the most important, and this is to set your goals for a specific work week. Now, I know that we have a lot of goals that we normally set for the whole year or for the whole month or even for a few years, but it is also very important that we set up smaller goals that we can achieve on a weekly basis. So, for example, if your work week starts on a Monday, make sure that you have a list of tasks or goals that you want to achieve for that week before the week starts. So you can probably work on it on a Saturday afternoon, on a Sunday morning. And what you do is you get your notebook, which I usually use. I have a lot of notebooks here with so much stuff written in it. Or you can just use a pad paper, or you can probably use an app, whatever is more convenient for you. Just write down all the things that you want to accomplish in a specific week. An example of a weekly goal for me would probably be upload 2 videos on YouTube, finish 2 chapters of an ebook that I'm working on, accomplish 1 month's worth of Facebook posts, do presentations to 100 clients, and probably close 10 sales for the week. So that is just an example of a specific goal that you want to target for a specific work week. Okay, and so for tip number 2 is for you to work on tasks every day. So list down the things or the tasks that you need to do on a daily basis for you to be able to achieve your goals for that week. So my task list for a specific day would probably be to conceptualize on what are the topics of my YouTube videos, finish 2 pages of my ebooks chapter, or work on 6 days worth of Facebook posts, conceptualize on a webinar for the end of the week, and do some cold calls and follow-ups with old clients. So that would be a task list for you to accomplish in a specific day. And now for tip number 3 is for you to determine the most effective time of the day for you. Now, a lot of successful people say that they wake up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning because they feel that they are more effective during that time when everybody else is sleeping and there's nobody who is disturbing them. But it doesn't have to be the same for you. If you feel that you're going to be sluggish, if you wake up very early in the morning, and if you think that you are going to be more effective the middle of the day or the end of the day or even at the wee hours of the early morning, then it's really up to you. My point is, you decide what is the most effective time for you, and this is the time when you work on the most important tasks or the most difficult tasks that are in your list. Okay, so tip number 4, you have to inform everybody around you about this focus time that you have decided on. So if you are working in the office, you have to tell your office mates that they are not supposed to disturb you during this time. Maybe put a do not disturb sign outside your door. Or if you're working from home, you have to tell everybody in your family that this specific time that you have selected as your focus time would be few hours that nobody's supposed to talk to you. Okay, so it is important that you focus on this time so that you'll be able to achieve better results on something or a task that you are working on. Okay, so for tip number 5 is to do things right the first time. So I always tell people, do not double handle something. If you are working on a specific task, you work on it from start to finish. So when you do something and then you set it aside and then go back to it some other time, you would have to restart your brain again and remember what have you done already with that specific project, or where you have left off, or remember the ideas again that you wanted to put into that project. So it is better for you to work on a specific task from start to finish in one sitting. Okay, and so for tip number 6 is to avoid multitasking. Well, actually, I am guilty of this because I tend to multitask a lot of times. But I do observe that when you focus your attention to a specific task at any given time, you accomplish things faster, you become more productive, and the end result is even better. Okay, so as much as possible, you focus on just one item and avoid multitasking. It's going to be better, you'll see. So for tip number 7, try to prioritize doing things that are going to be completed or worked on by other people pa.
So what do I mean by this? So for example, if my task today is to complete a YouTube video and an editor is going to work on that video after I film it, so I probably would prioritize that over finishing up my Facebook post, which I'm going to do and complete from start to finish. That way, while my editor is working on the YouTube video that I just shoot, I'm already finishing up my Facebook post, and so these two tasks or projects are being completed at the same time.
Okay, and so for tip number 8 is to take short breaks in between each task. So every time you complete a project or a task for the day, you just stand up, do some stretching, walk around your room, get a glass of water, or have some coffee, or probably it's time for lunch. The point is, every time that you complete one task, you have to take a break in between. This is for you to be able to recharge yourself and revitalize your energy, for you to be able to become even better for the next task at hand. So there is a fresh mind and a fresh spirit to work on your next task. And so for tip number 9, I would recommend that you review your accomplishments at the end of the day to see how much you were able to finish and accomplish. It is such a wonderful feeling. It is very rewarding for you to be reminded of the many things that you have achieved that day. And so look back into your list and see what you have accomplished. And for our tip number 10, at the end of your work day, but before you close off your day, be reminded to list down your tasks for the next day. Include the tasks that you were not able to finish for that day. Include that for tomorrow's task list. And as well, prepare the things that you need to use for you to be able to jumpstart immediately when you start your day the following day. And at the end of your work day, just get a glass of wine or a bottle of beer and you can call that day such a productive work day for you. Okay, so anyway, that's all that I have to say now about productivity, but truly I have so many things to talk about that. So that would probably be in my next video. And I would just like to thank you all for checking this video out. I hope you learned something from us today, and I hope to see you all on my next video. That's all for now, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again at Manina TV. Bye! Ito na talaga. Ito na.